Hello and welcome. This is Sunday's news. In this edition, the ICAC calls to fight corruption. Nakanai DDA acquits for fund, and dragons come the stone. Papua New Guinea Independent Commission Against Corruption and Transparency International, PNG, call on the private sector, government and the financial institutions to collaborate in combating corruption within Papua New Guinea's banking sector. The institutions say PNG's financial system lacks the necessary safeguards to detect and prevent illicit financial activities.
ICAC and TIPNG made this call during the recent Banking Sector Forum on anti-money laundering, countering the financing of terrorism compliance and grey listing in PNG. Through this forum, key stakeholders from the banking industry, government and law enforcement agencies were brought together to address financial crime risk and create recommendations on how to deal with these issues. ICAC Deputy Commissioner Operations Daniel Balch said Papua New Guinea is categorized under the grey listing area, which means PNG is under increased monitoring due to deficiency in its anti-money laundering and countering the financing of terrorism regimes. Despite actively working with Financial Action Task Force to address these issues, a systematic approach is needed to combat this issue. Balch said what it means in practice is that correspondent banks may withdraw, driving up the cost of trade and cross-border payments. Foreign investors may retreat, spooled by reputation and regulatory risk. Multilateral funders may hesitate, attaching stricter conditions to much-needed development support, and most devastatedly, the people of PNG bear the brunt.
Aware of the impacts of corruption and that corruption is a predicate offence of money laundering. The financial benefit from corruption that people can take in Papua New Guinea is significant. The damage and harm it causes to the people when public money is stolen is also significant. When that money is then hidden in amongst domestically, but also in particular moved overseas, that is extremely damaging to our country.
He said money laundering is not just about complex banking transactions, it's about the process of hiding and legitimizing the process of corruption. Therefore, when the government, private sector, and financial institutions support this crime, entities such as ICAC and TIPNG, with the assistance of the police, can help to mitigate these issues.
What we have is a lot of work that we have to do to address the challenges of money laundering. And ICAC is definitely committed to trying to lead the way in the operational space when it comes to investigating the predicate offence of corruption. A big partner in that is the banking sector. So the banking sector is the holder of a lot of financial information, and it's through the banking sector that the corrupt transact and will move money.
PNG CEO Ariane Tasman said PNG is a law-abiding country but lacks implementation of its laws because the government, private sector and financial institutions are not doing enough to fight corruption in the country.
Not making enough progress in the fight against corruption. So we have laws, yes, we have policies, yes, we have all of that in place, but what we're lacking is proper enforcement and proper implementation of this. And this is something that we want to push both in government but also in the financial sector to make sure that we are taking action, we are taking up the recommendations that are being put forward, and we're doing something to address corruption here.
Tvwan, Tvwan News.
ICAC Deputy Commissioner Operations Daniel Balch urged those in the banking sector who may encounter crime in their organizations to come report it to the relevant authorities immediately. He said reporting such crime does not breach the privacy regulations of the employer. Rather, it helps mitigate financial crime at an early stage.
financial crime or provide information around financial crime, they have those protections, that they're not breaching privacy regulations, that if they want to talk as a sector and provide information and share information, that we can actually empower them to do that.
The National Criminal Records Office at the Gardens in the nation's capital was officially opened recently due to demand for police clearance, where the facility will play a vital role in the timely delivery of clearance on request.
Police clearance is vital information that most Papua New Guineans need to seek job opportunities. But with a lack of facility, often long lines and long wait is a factor faced when one sent in request for a police clearance. This will now be a story of the past due to the implementation of a new National Criminal Records Office located at the Gardens Police Barracks. Under the partnership of the PNG to Australia Policing Partnership, the facility was opened to the public. Deputy Commissioner of Police Operations Donald Yamasombi and PNG APP Detective Superintendent Operations Conrad Jensen opened the facility. Yamasombi said, due to the demand for access to police clearance, the facility was built to ensure that Papua New Guineans are given the service they deserve.
Here, let me say, this is one of the very important facilities or services that the RPNGC gives to our community. Nearly everywhere that our people would like to get themselves into or participate in, police clearance is a very vital document that they need.
Yamasombi urged Papua New Guineans to use the facility wisely to ensure the facility is well looked after and preserved for generations to utilize.
It is also timely that we open this and put it out to the public for their information as well, that this is the facility now stationed or based here at the Gordon's Police Barracks. As you enter the gate, the facility will be here for you to come and access the service.
Jensen said ICT has been engaged to update the police clearance form. However, the facility remains operational for the public to use. Recipa, Tvwan News.
The Nakanai District Development Authority recently submitted its 2024 acquittals to the Department of Implementation and Rural Development, emphasizing the progress and ongoing challenges of the district. At the event, local member and Minister for Oil Palm Francis Maneke addressed significant infrastructural issues that continue to affect the district's development.
Member for Nakanai and Minister for Oil Palm Francis Maneke has highlighted several key infrastructure challenges such as inadequate roads, unreliable transportation systems, and insufficient access to clean water and sanitation facilities when presenting the 2024 acquittals to the Department of Implementation and Rural Development recently. Maneke stressed that these issues not only hinder the mobility of the people, but also impact local businesses, education, and healthcare services in the area.
Priorities on the completion of the district to make sure all the communities, all the population, the access to the basic services in the province.
In addition to infrastructure, Maneke also discussed various impact programs aimed at improving the quality of life for the district. He outlined initiatives focused on agriculture development, community health programs, and educational resources designed to empower local communities. These programs are crucial for fostering sustainable development and ensuring that people can access essential services. Maneke stressed the need for continued government support and collaboration with various stakeholders to address these infrastructure challenges effectively. He called for targeted investments and policy interventions that would enable the NDDA to enhance its developmental strategies and improve the overall living conditions in the Nakanai district. Secretary for DIRD Ahiwaki acknowledged Manake's concerns and highlighted that being a new district, many challenges will be encountered, but thanked NDDA for striving to implement the basic programs in the district that will benefit the people.
Accept these reports. It's a massive task in your hand. You need more money to develop your district and identify areas of issues, cost-cutting issues that are affecting your district, which become so priority areas. So law and order is the main one because of the migration of people, Papua New Guineans living there, having those all palm blocks, and they have to have that harmony within the community to be able to live together.
Overall, the discussants emphasized the importance of ongoing dialogue between local authorities and the national government as they work together to address the pressing needs of the district and facilitate its development goals for 2025 and beyond. Freddie Moe, TV1 News.
Meantime, Acting Chief Executive Officer for Nakanai District, Jeffrey Osa, applauded the MP for Nakanai, Francis Maneke, for his leadership during the trying times and challenges the district has been going through.
We have delivered this approach for 2 consecutive years now. As a new district, we have challenges as we go through, but these challenges don't put us down. We still continue to deliver our service to our people, especially in terms of the funding allocations to the districts. Maybe last year we experienced funding from the government reaching our account by the second quarter, third quarter of the year, and also all these issues. But that doesn't put us down. We still continue to deliver service to our people until to this day when we are here to present our concerns.
TV1 News continues after the break. Stay with us. Thanks for staying with us. The board of Oak Teddy Mining Limited has appointed board director Dr. Ila Temu as interim chairman following the voluntary resignation of board chairman Jeffrey Innes. Kumul's Minerals Holdings Limited board and OTML board made the announcement today. Dr. Temu expressed gratitude to Mr. Innes for his leadership, acknowledging his role in guiding the board and management through business restoration and restructuring. OTML, a key player in Papua New Guinea's mining sector, continues its commitment to operational stability and strategic growth amid the leadership transition. Turning abroad, rescuers are racing against time to find survivors in the ruins of Bangkok high-rise buildings. The structure collapsed when a 7.7 magnitude earthquake hit Thailand and Myanmar on Friday, killing more than 1,600 people.
Here you can see the full scale of this enormous rescue operation. There's everything from paramedics and specialist rescuers all the way through to local businesses and volunteer organisations that have set up to keep everyone fed and hydrated because it is punishingly hot here in Bangkok, and this rescue operation has not stopped since this disaster first occurred around lunchtime on Friday. There are also dozens and dozens of people who have gathered here to find out, to wait really to find out the fate of their loved ones who they fear trapped under the building. We've had a chat to a few of them. Here's what they had to say.
I came to look for my brother. He is stuck inside. I think he was on 26th floor. I feel really miserable, and my mom keep crying. She's at home now, at her room, and she's crying all the time. When she came, she also cried.
ดังรัวๆเลยตุ้มๆแล้วก็พากันกรีดร้อง
20 minutes past 1, the building started to bend, and I heard a very loud noise, like a ceiling, like a big block of ceiling falling down. It was so loud, and people started to run away. I was on the 5th floor. I think I was the last one that made it out from the building. A lot of old people inside that they could not make it.
It's an extremely arduous and complicated rescue operation. As one of the rescuers described to us, the building really pancaked down on itself, and he said inside it's really a mess of concrete, obviously, but also steel and mirrors as well. So the other thing that they're dealing with is that now obviously it's an extremely unstable structure, so there's a lot of work to be done to make sure that while they are trying to clear away the concrete and other debris with the excavators that you can see they've employed, they don't do anything that will put those rescue workers in further danger. Now, this operation has been going non-stop since it first occurred on Friday around lunchtime here, local Thai time, and it looks like it could continue now for some days, even weeks.
Turkey's main opposition has more than 2 million people have attended a pro-democracy rally in defiance of a government crackdown. It has promised more protests until the government releases a popular presidential candidate accused of corruption from jail.
This is the first major demonstration in Istanbul for several days, and it comes despite police up till the start of this having arrested 1,800 protesters, including students, activists, journalists and cameramen. The government declared an extended holiday for the end of the month of Ramadan for Eid in the hope that protesters would leave town and these demonstrations wouldn't be big. But organisers were nevertheless hoping for more than 1 million people to turn up here and demonstrate their support. In fact, the CHP, the Republican Party of which the Mayor of Istanbul, Ekrem İmamoğlu, belongs, has declared it will hold continuous actions until the government releases the Mayor from detention and the prosecutions against him are dropped. Protesters here say they're not deterred by the government's clampdown on demonstrations and the arrests. They're going to keep coming, they're going to keep demonstrating.
Şu anda büyük bir öfke içerisindeyim.
I am feeling very angry, feeling broken, feeling disempowered, and feeling ashamed about the situation they put my country in. Therefore, I came here to react.
Today, we are here for the future of our young people, the future of the country, for the future of our republic.
They say they want Ekrem İmamoğlu released and they want to see Turkey return to a path of democracy.
And that ends our news segment. Sports is next. Stay tuned. Welcome back. In regional sport, New Caledonia's Tiga Sport has made a superb start in the opener of the OFC Men's Champions League 2025 campaign in Honiara, Solomon Islands. Tiga Sports has beaten the Fijian side Rewa FC 4-2. The first half had started with Rewa FC the stronger of the two sides, and they had a golden chance to open the scoring when a corner from Gabriela Matagisa rose unchallenged on the edge of the 6-yard box but glanced his header wide. The halftime score was Tiga Sport 2 and Rewa FC 1. Down to 10 men and trailing by a goal, the writing looked to be on the wall for Rewa, but remarkably, they were levelled 2 minutes later with a goal started and finished by Epeli Velevou. But discipline had the Fijian side when they had 4 players yellow-carded and 1 red card in the first spell. Tiga Sport were a better side in their first play with 2 further goals to get the first win. The Dragons produced an upset win 14-8 over the Melbourne Storm yesterday in Sydney in a stunning fashion after failing to close the game against the Rabbitohs last weekend. The victory put an end to Melbourne Storm's winning streak and provided the Dragons with a lot of confidence heading into next weekend's game. Wet conditions in Sydney on Saturday meant there weren't many people in the house, but the loud and proud Dragons faithful could be heard throughout southern Sydney after their side came from behind to register their first win of the season. The 14-8 result against the reigning minor premiers gifted Shane Flanagan's men first win of the season, and the win came off the back of massive defensive effort from the team. The home side looked a lot better in their defence, keeping the visiting Melbourne Storm to only one try to fullback Ryan Papenhuyzen. The Storm attack looked flat without their star halfback Jerome Hughes. When picking their first win of the season, the Dragons coach Shane Flanagan praised his side for their defensive effort. He said the team played better than they did in their last two games. He made a special mention to his second rower and former Queensland Maroons player Jaden Sewer.
Yeah, well, that's what we expect of Jaden. You know, I look at him as an Origin back rower. We treat him as such. We expect that type of stuff, and you know, when you need him for a big run or a tackle that he made today, that's what Origin players do. They come up with those type of plays. So it was really pleasing that he's coming back into form and made some big plays today.
In the other two matches on Saturday, the North Queensland Cowboys beat Canberra Raiders 30 points to 20, and Canterbury Bulldogs held off Cronulla Sharks 20 points to 6. Next weekend, the Dragons meet winless Parramatta Eels at Combank Stadium, and Melbourne Storm plays Manly Seagulls at the Brookvale Oval. All matches will be telecasted live on TV1 Sports. The PNG Hunters, in a dominant performance, punished the Brisbane Tigers to a 40 points to 6 win at the Santos National Football Stadium in Port Moresby this afternoon. Brandon Nima, Alex Max and Sonny Wabo grabbed a double each on a try-scoring list, while Solomon Wane, Elijah Roltinga and Jebedi Kip registered a try ace. The Hunters took a commandable 20-0 lead at halftime and returned in the second half and finished it off with another 20 points. Here are the match highlights.
The Homeboys to kick us off from the booth of Roltinga. A towering kick. Midfield. Here's, look at this. Here's a good link up there by Voro. Support on the inside, and then sends it away. And the Hunters have gone back to back in a split second.
Yeah, that was Benji Cott backing up from Voro. It was just a good team effort there, Terry. It didn't look, the first two carries, they went a little bit lateral with the skipper going about 20 meters sideways and 2 forward. But then it was the next play, it was just smart work from Finley Glary. As you see the replay, he looks up and sees there's a slow retreat back into the line from the Tigers, and the sun's going to take its effect as we go on.
The Hunters now just running rings around them as Solomon goes in. Dives over for another easy try.
Yeah, they're just
putting very quickly to shut him down. The short side play. Woods joining in the line, sends it away. Good hands here from the Tigers. And the wingman sends it back on the inside. This time they will come up with a try. Beautiful play from the Tigers. And it's the captain himself. Riley Jacks goes over for their first 4-pointer of the afternoon. Dummy half. And the starting prop is back out there. Jebedi Kip. And look at him go again. They can't stop him. Somebody stop him. Somehow the Tigers able to scamble. Here they come again. And Sonny Wabo goes in for his second, scoring back-to-back tries. They're queuing up again here. The Hunters towards the left. No. Good defensive read there by the fullback Wood on Glare. Now they decide to come to the shots. A little grubber through, and Brandon Lima chasing through, picks up the ball and plants it down. That's all she wrote. Mavoko this time nails it.
Oh, no, just to the left.
Yeah, a bit of a mix back here for Jamie Mavoko, but the Hunters have come out comfortable victors this afternoon over the struggling Tigers. 40 points to...
And now the weather forecast. Regional forecast for the next 24 hours. Port Moresby, partly cloudy. Possible afternoon showers and thunderstorms. Popondetta, partly cloudy, then afternoon rain showers and thunderstorm. Kerema, cloudy periods with brief showers. Lay, mostly cloudy with a few rain showers and possible thunderstorms. Meday, cloudy periods with few showers. Kokopo and Rabaul, partly cloudy with a chance of afternoon rain showers and thunderstorms. Buka, mostly fine. All highlands provincial centers, morning fog patches clearing into cloudy periods, then some rain showers and possible thunderstorm. And that ends Sunday's news. From the news team, good night.